as always, we've got merch for the channel. We have our Nerd Creative range and our Stay Creative range. Links in the description. Get whatever you want. Creatives, how are you? Welcome or welcome back to the Nerd Creative channel. Fanhome, building Robocop, build the legendary cyborg. In this video, we'll be completing stage 18 of the build. Grab yourself a coffee, sit back, relax and enjoy. So with every stage of the build comes with component parts and a magazine. These are the component parts for stage 18. Wow, that's a shot, isn't it, of the model. See that there? His face looks so realistic. You probably get like a, so I've got the helmet here. And that it sits there. So that's the helmet. It's a bit dusty, but because it's been sat in there. Because I subscribe to the premium version where you get a big base that lights up, and if you use PayPal as well, it's only £1 more for each one. Designing Robocop special effects. As a good science fiction film, Robocop used a variety of practical special effect techniques before the camera to create a futuristic yet believable atmosphere. Under Verhoeven's precise eye, the extensive technical crew managed to place us in the violent and dehumanized world of Detroit of the future. Yeah, I'll have a read of that later. Some of these shots, wow, just so good. So there's the components in this issue and a step-by-step instructions. So it looks like we're continuing with the left leg, and we're going to be working on the knee area, like this whole section here. And I don't know if we're going to attach this on it. I don't think we are. We're not going to attach that in place. I don't think so, but maybe. So, iRobot, Isaac Asimov. Wow, that's good. Tesla has unveiled a plan to manufacture humanoid robots to assist humans in dangerous, repetitive and boring tasks. That looks so cool. Wow. Biometrics. Yeah. Opening your phone with your face. And that's I think that's what do you call it? It's what's the word? It's something recognition. I can't remember what it was. Where cameras around, like say for people, can recognise people's faces that are on a database. Yeah, scary future. Then we've got these. I think Amazon was going to do like they were going to do robots to deliver your parcels, and then they were going to have like drones. You know, people who, I think it's only people who have balconies. The drone could fly in and drop the parcel on the balcony and then fly off. It's not going to work for everybody that doesn't have. See, in the UK, we don't have fire escapes, anything like that there on our buildings, on the outside of our buildings. There's another shot of Robocop. So I don't know how Amazon's going to deliver to a 76 story if there's there's nowhere to put it. Okay. So as always, I like to make sure that what it says that we have here, we have here. Quick look. Maybe I can open this in one. Oh, that worked. One component, there's little things in there as well. There's a spring and there's a little screw or something. Got SP screw, which I think is a new one. And then we've got components in there as well. And the final component, maybe this knife isn't sharp enough, maybe not. And the final set of components, we've got some little components there 2 little ones, another bag of screws, BP screws. Just checking that there's no little components left in that bag. Yep, so rocking and rolling. Let's go. So we've got these two. So we've got lower part of knee joint A and B, and we've got joint gear, as you can see. We have a spring, and we have this little tiny component here. There. 18F is a bracket. Oops. 18G is a nut. 18H. 18H is a screw, and then we've got these 2 bags of screws as well, SP and BP. 18E is an upper part of the knee joint, and I've just noticed something. Everything that's in red is made out of plastic, and everything that's got a blue code to it is made of metal. How many 70? Took me 18 stages to work that one out. You probably worked it out already, but never mind. Okay. So we've got our screws, we've got our screwdrivers, we've got our components, got our magazine. Let's begin. So the first thing we've got to do is we've got this. This is lower part of knee joint B. We've got, that's our nut there. We've got the nut, and we need the bracket as well, which is there. So we put the nut in there. I'm just wondering if there is a way it has to go, which way around it goes, because I think there might be. Okay, so see, the nut has like it's got like a raised on one side and flat on the other, so the flat side sticks up, so we put the nut in there. Let's see if we can get that nut in place. Oh, it's in place. It's okay. And then we've got to get the bracket, which is here. That's the bracket there. Got to get the bracket because there's 2 holes there. So the bracket goes. Yeah. So just making sure if there's a. All right. I don't think it matters which way. So the bracket goes there. I need my tweezers just to get it in place. Get it where it's supposed to go, over the holes that are there. There's 2 holes, so we'll get the bracket there, and we hold that in place with 2 SP screws. Let me slide that up, you can't actually see what I'm doing. So I'm going to get a couple of SP screws out. They're so small I can't even. Let's get that screwdriver. This one. This is going to be tricky because it's so small. I hope this works. I think that's over the hole. And start screwing it in anywhere. I'm not going to tighten it until I get the second screw in. This is really small. Really small. I need to position it. So sit it in the hole there and then move it. Oh no, the nut came out as well because it's magnetic. Of course it did. Let's see. All right, get that in there. Back in there. You have to use the tweezers to get that back in place. Let me just see. Because it's not in flat like it should be. that now. Okay. Yeah, really fiddly. Right, so have that swung there. Lay it down flat on the desk and then slide across. There. I think it's in the hole now. No, don't do that. Oh dear. Let's try again. I think it's falling off the screwdriver. That's not helpful. Alright, I'm going to do it gently now. Let's try again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the bracket over the hole this time, so it'll slot right in place. Sorry, I knocked the camera. Just going to move it over the hole like that. So it's over the hole now, so I should be able to just slot it straight in. Oh, come on. I've done fiddlier things than this. Come on, do your thing. What I'm going to do is add a third element in. So I'm going to move it over the hole like that, and then I'm going to hold the bracket down over the hole like that. That screw's a nightmare. It's so, it moves too much. Come on. I'm hoping it'll just find the hole. I'm going to use a different screwdriver because I don't like this one. That's better. That's in tight. Just going to tighten up this one. Yeah, it's fiddly as really fiddly. No. Fiddly. So we've got to get the other side of lower part of knee joint. This is A, that's B that we've just put the nut in. Okay. And then we get this, we'll put the spring over here like that, and then we put this cog section over the top. You can see where it's supposed to go, so the round bit's there and then the bit that sticks out is there, so that goes, it actually goes cog side out. Right, okay, like that there. Push it in place there like that. Push it all the way down as far as it goes. So it's in place like that. That was easy enough. And we get this piece, which is metal. So this is A with the cog in it. Turn this over like that. I think, see how it goes. So I think it inserts that way and that way. Hang on. Yeah. See this bottom part sits on top of there like that. See, there's cogs on that side as well, on there, so that sits on top of there, like that. It goes down. So insert the upper part of the knee joint 18E, which is this, marked with an L. Is there an L on it? Yeah, there's an L there. Over the gear wheel in 18A, which is this body part here, and then fit the lower part, this section here, the lower part, which is A, and fit the lower part of the of B, 88 marked with an L. So that sits on here like that. Yeah, it seems to fit together somewhat. Let's see. I get them to. Yeah, something like that there. And we use two BP screws to put those three pieces together. I'm going to use this screwdriver. So one goes down there. Alright, okay. I'm not going to tighten it until I get the other one in. It's two BP screws, not three. There. And the second one goes here. Where I will tighten it. I'll just tighten this one up. As far as it goes. There. Don't know if it's supposed to move or not. So that's those two done. Right, so finally we've got to see, that's where our nut is there, held in with a bracket. We've got to turn it over this way, like that. And this long screw here, to push it through like that, so it goes through the nut, and then we've got to tighten it. Let's see. Try a different screwdriver. Gives us a bit more power. That's it. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. The bracket came off. Ah, dear. Yeah, the bracket came off. It's plastic, so it came off, so I'm gonna have to try and tighten it. Let me just tighten it a little bit more. Yeah, it's going all the way through, but unfortunately the brackets that was holding the See here, there was a bracket holding these that was screwed in here and holding that in place, but I tell you what, I've got it in anyway, so I'm just going to keep going. There, got that in. There's the bracket. I don't need that anymore. Get a BP screw, put it in there. Right, so that's it in. So we have to, what we should be able to do is move, let's see, like that. Okay. Supposed to be able to move this now. Move the knee joint. Might have to loosen this a little bit. Let's see. It's very stiff. Let's see. It's supposed to go down like that down there, but it might be a bit too tight, so I'm going to loosen the screw a little bit. Yeah, it's a bit tight. Of course it is. Yeah, it might be too tight, so I'll just loosen it again. Like that. Yeah, I need my knee joint to move, so I'll loosen it again. Like that. Mine doesn't move. Check that the joint moves freely and put the assembly aside for the later stage. No, mine doesn't move. Let's loosen it a bit more. Yeah, mine doesn't move at all. Oh! I think my cogs are not lined up wrong. I think that's what it is. So I'm gonna have to unscrew it. Maybe I might have to pull it apart. Let me see. Yeah, my cogs don't move, so I've put the cogs in wrong. So we just need to get this screw out completely because my cogs don't move. Okay, let's pull this apart. Yeah, my cogs don't move. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to unscrew these, this screw and this screw, to separate these two, because my cogs don't move. Let's see. See, there it moves now. See, moves now. Screw it back in place. Well, that's good. I didn't have to take all the screws out. My knee joint. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, so we've got to get this nut back in place. Yeah, you got to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do before you finish the stage, because there we go, it's in. Let's push that through there, all the way through, and then we'll start tightening it. It's quite difficult because the nut wants to move. It's going to hold it in place because I haven't got the brackets now. I think the brackets should have been metal, not plastic. Oh, and like you don't get another one. So still quite loose. Let's see. Okay, let's hold it in the right position. There we go. It's a little tight, but if I tighten that screw up a bit more, see if I can. Right, okay, that's tight now. Just make sure it. Problem is, if I do it too tight, it doesn't work. So I'm going to loosen it again. That's the knee joint. That's all I needed it to do. This bracket. Useless bracket. See if I can put it back in. No, I'm not going to put that back in. I don't need it anyway, so it's fine. So that completes our left knee joint there, which is inside here. Yeah, inside here. So that completes stage 18 of the build. I'd like to thank you for your company. I'll see you in the next video. Stay creative.